is Oromo Voice Radio English program. Oromo Voice Radio is broadcasting to Oromia at 16-meter band or 17,850 kilohertz or on oromovoice.org website. OVR broadcasts Oromia Insight program every Monday for 15 minutes at 7:15 p.m. Oromia local time. Welcome to Oromia Insight program.
Oromia is a country in East Africa well known as the Horn of Africa. It's 600,000 square kilometers, making it larger than France, Italy, Belgium, and the Netherlands. Oromia is populated by over 40 million people. It's the origin of human race and the Gada system. Oromia is the birthplace of coffee and home to world-class athletes. Also is a nation with multi-faith society, Christianity, Islam, and Waqf. Oromia is the third largest single nation in Africa and the single largest nation in East Africa. It has been occupied by Ethiopia for over 130 years and is struggling for self-determination. Oromia has an uncounted number of Oromo refugees living in other countries.
Welcome to Oromia Insight. My name is Ali Galato. We've got a guest from Belgium, Dr. Barrow. Can you briefly introduce yourself, please?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Ali, to give me this chance. My name is Arukano Geresa, and I am working in Europe, Belgium, specifically in Brussels Hospital, University Hospital of Brussels as a medical doctor. And I had before the first specialization in internal medicine as internist. Now I'm doing the second specialization as gastroenterologist.
There is a meeting in Belgium recently. What that meeting all about?
Before I am going to explain about that meeting, first of all, let me explain who organized and why for. The meeting was organized by European Commission, specifically European Parliament, to discuss about the future of Ethiopian government, specifically about the coming election in Ethiopia, about the fake aspect of the election, that every 5 years the people of Ethiopia is going through many difficulties, like prison, torture, and death. And to explain about that, they invite many groups, one Oromo Liberation Front, Ogaden Liberation Front, freelance journalists, and researchers, people who are doing the research in international organizations like indigenous people, people under depression, minority groups, and everything. They invite us to explain about the suffering of our people in that meeting, to discuss broadly what we are going to do about this crime against the innocent people in Ethiopia, and what is about the coming election. And therefore, we gave what we think and what has to happen to our people in our country nowadays, and what kind of crime is going on. And through Oromo Liberation Front, a member of Oromo Liberation Front, and me was invited to tell about our women who are already tortured in Ethiopian prison camp and still suffering from the consequences.
So why you need to tell to the European Parliament about the Oromo suffering? What's the benefit?
The benefit is not exactly calculated as an economical way, but we Oromos have a lot of problems, a lot of crimes is going on in our country, Oromia, and to our people through organized mafia government of Ethiopia, who kills, arrests, torture innocent Oromo people daily, and for that, and also organizing now as a free and democratic election in Ethiopia where the people can express their ideas and their willingness without any police discrimination. That's what he is propagating to America, the United States of America, and to Europe, to everybody to get assistance from foreign countries. So the foreign countries, specifically like Europe, are complaining all the time about human rights violations in Ethiopia, minority rights in Ethiopia, and about the torture, about the days the Ethiopian government is denied any accusation before and now. So the European government wrote a letter to European Commission to not to send an election observatory groups. At that moment, the European Commission demands the present situation in Ethiopia by the people, and also specifically with the tangible leaders who come to them to discuss with them about that. That is the first one. The second one, if we call it benefit, the Oromo people have to kill every suffering of our people in Ethiopia who are chosen to die. What I mean is, we Oromo people love peace. We demand peace. When we wake up, even we pray, please God give us peace. But these people who are colonized us economically, culturally, politically, everything, they denied us any humanity and respect for our people. So we have to tell the European Commission all those facts, and we have to ask to stop all supplies, all assistance to the Ethiopian government, this criminal and authoritarian government. That is shortly to tell you the benefits.
So why you care about Ethiopia? You want independent Oromia. Why you care? Why you talk about Ethiopia anyway?
We didn't talk about Ethiopia, but we talk about Oromos, all that meaning, and they ask us, European Commission, ask us, Ethiopia, to get together to fight this criminal and authoritarian terrorist government, and to unite yourself and to build one democratic country together. That's what they ask us. But we, as an Oromo, we discussed about Oromo issues, about Oromo problems, about our country, our people. So we never talk about Ethiopia at that moment. But if Ethiopia empire and Ethiopian government need to solve the Ethiopian people with a democratic and with free election and respect the will of the people, the Oromo question is already answered. But in Ethiopia, we know as an Oromo through many experiences from the Haile Selassie, Derg, and nowadays Wayane, we know that there is no future of any hope to build a democratic nation in Ethiopia while this authoritarian terrorist government are changing their color every day.
The Ethiopian government claimed that they actually came by gun and that they don't actually live by election. So do you expect to live by election, or do you think the change will come from Western country? Is that what you expect?
First of all, the change is coming not from the Western country. The change will come from ourselves. That's number one, what we have to know. The people itself can bring the change to this criminal government. But we are a part of the international community, and we have to fight with the international community together. One, the international community can do many things. For example, nowadays the American government uses Ethiopia as a strategical approach for their benefits. We ask that peace, strategical country, we don't they don't have to see with a strategical approach, but with a constructive approach. We mean that way, don't only see your benefit and let the people down and supply this criminal government with special weapons, new technologies like satellites, mechanized soldiers, everything. So please stop all those supplies. This can be done with them, together with us, if we are telling them every time, and if you are discussing them every time, if we show them also we can respect their benefit, I think they will do that. That is what we are discussing with the government, with Europeans, with Americans, with foreign countries. That's the one. Now, second, the foreign countries give many financial assistance to the Ethiopian government. This government display any respect of any humanity for their people, and also never invest those monies on the people. Only they put those money in their pockets. Now, we ask the European and American government, please assess and evaluate where these money go. If you need to know about this money, you have to go to the people and ask them what they are doing. Give embargo to the military assistance, give embargo to the economic assistance, and the rest we will do. That's what we are asking the Western government to give you. Yeah.
We are run out of time. And do you have something to say at the end? Any comment?
Yes, before I am going to add the last point, I would like to say one thing. That is, in medicine, to cure a patient from debilitating illness, first of all, we have to have a good diagnosis. To have a good diagnosis, we have to follow a diagnostic parameters. So, when I put the Ethiopian government in my diagnostic pocket to assess the outcome is very clear for me, and that is our policy of our way of no-way policy. That means, and this policy is guided by three debilitating of evil commands. One, love is the base of duty. Second, the duty is torture and death. Third, divide and rule to oppose all democratic and free ideas. So, and to obey all those policies, they give for every individual Oromo people of another opposition party chance to build individual economic power. Second, deny group of union economic power to colonize each and individual person. Third, use those individual opportunistic people for your policy. So, I would like to ask the diaspora people, please, one, wake up to analyze and assess those opportunities, chances from our enemy, and deny them the chance to follow them, and reunite to organize ourselves and to fight back all those internal and external destructive ideas. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming and sharing your experience on OVR. I hope we're going to discuss further in the near future. Thank you very much.
You too. Thank you very much.